Evening peeps, evening, welcome back to the channel. We're back tonight live with round 6 of the P1RCs Mini Challenge. You can't hear them just yet, but they are papping their hooters ready and waiting. So it's round 6 live from Alsace Test Course. Don't think I've ever done commentary from this track but specifically, so it'll be interesting. It's only a short course, so we'll have to see how we get on. Bop on then, no tuning. They can use body kits. I don't think you're allowed to use the wide body. If you're on the podium, you have to use the next set of hardest tyres for the following race, and so on and so forth as you work through all 3 races today. 5-minute qualifier that's just kicked off, so we'll hurry up and get into points quickly. I muffed them up last week, but it is Mocking Weeks, still leading the way, but only by 5 points coming into the penultimate round. One more round next week. 225 points on board then for Mocking. Obi has got 220 points. Rob S is not too far behind either with 194. Skippy with 189, being nipped at the heels by Marshall with 185. A little bit of a gap then back to Jonesy. He's got himself 147. He's being chased closely by Pilgrim with 145 points. 127 points on board for Captain Pugwash, 122 points on for Fudder, so still nipping at the heels. Tyre Slayer, 108 points. Ricky J with 98 points. We've got Raffo with 76 points. Dodger with 73 points. Manny with 64 points and 60 points on board for Don. 1 second. Yeah. Okay, so is he even in the room tonight? Yes, Mr. Frank Bean. No points on the board for Mr. Frank Bean. Why has Mr. Frank Bean got no points? Anyway, merch still available, people. T-shirts and stickers. Hit me up, darksmoker@googlemail.com if you want any of those. Let's get into the race then. Let me turn some sound on for you lot as well. There we go. Let me know. Can you hear it okay? Am I blurting the mic out? Can you hear the cars? That sort of stuff. Let's get on the track and then you might be able to tell. So again, it's a different circuit. Let me put the nonsense on for everyone. There it is, top right hand of your screen now, that very short circuit going on here. Great big drop down the hill. I did watch a little bit of the practice look at that. That's ridiculous, that is. And then this is about where we come out to the old course, the original course. Down towards this great big sweeping right-hander. Up the bank as well, does allow you to keep the power down a little bit better. And now we're on to the what is start-finish straight on this short course. So there's the pit entrance on the right, gone past that. Full tilt down here towards this tricky hairpin. A little left on the way in, hard on the brakes, trying not to get this thing swapped up on the way into this hairpin. Oh, absolutely sideways in there for Captain Pugwash. Chasing down Mocking Weeks. So we would usually peel left up the hill there, but instead we go on straight up this hill. Top round to the right and back down this massive great big dipper. That's about all you can call that. Look at them struggling to get the traction coming down through there. Oh, absolutely disgusting coming down there, and then back onto that bit of track we were just on. Mr. Turgler, evening. Yeah, so the mini should be fun tonight. So we have got hot laps in already. Mocking Weeks leading the way, only by 0.2 of a second over the man we've just been on board with, Mr. Pugwash. Obi-Wan sitting ill. He just moved himself up the order. 55.9, slots himself into second position. Still 0.3 behind Mocking Weeks. Captain Pugwash into third. Then Mr. Frank Bean. So no points on the board, even though he did race last week. Not sure what's going on there. But he's put the willies up some of these boys. Turned up last week. Debut race. Got some good results. I think it was a 4th, 5th and a 5th, or a 3rd, a 5th and a 5th. So yeah, one to watch out for tonight if he can get this track right. Sitting in 5th at the minute. Footer in 6th. Don in 7th. Raffo sitting in 8th. Look at the steepness of that hill coming down there. Marshall in 9th. Jonesy in 10th. Ricky J in 11th. And Tyre Slayer. Oh, we've got more drivers in the lobby. Tyre Slayer in 12th. Pilgrim 13th and Dodger 14th. So we have got 3 races tonight. 5-minute qualifier, which we're on board with now. And then 3, I think there's 16 lap races. Being as these are only short laps, shouldn't take us too long. Oof, Obi's closed that gap right up, 0.017 of a second behind Mocking Weeks for that pole position at the minute. Oh, just get on board with Mocking Weeks as he fires it into the wall. A little bit of damage on board, it'll take him a while to get back up to full race pace. So this is the final lap of qualifying. It's now or never for these drivers. Can Obi squeeze that little bit of extra time? Well, now we're going to find out. To the line. It's not quick enough. It's not quick enough, so it is going to be Mocking Weeks on pole. Obi in 2nd. Captain Pugwash sitting in the pits in 3rd. Footers in 4th. We've got Jonesy in 5th. Skippy in 6th. Raffo in 7th. Mr. Frank Bean in 8th. We've got Don in 9th, and we don't get to see the rest. Yes, we do. There we go. Official results. Let's get down to, where were we? Don in 9th. There we go. Marshall in 10th. Ricky J in 11th, Tyre Slayer in 12th, Pilgrim in 13th, and the Dodger in 14th. That's going to be your race 1 order. Again, difficult circuit. I think with that over the top section, you can see a couple of drivers have struggled to get the traction coming over the top there. Just pushing them out wide makes it for a tricky exit as well across those big curbs. Loosens these minis right up. So it's been tight all season between Obi and Mockin. Again, we've got 2 rounds left tonight and next week. Goodwood next week. Similar format, I think. 3 races. They might end up doing a full endurance. I don't know. For the last race, but I think it's going to be 3 15-minute races or thereabouts laps-wise. But it's on for the finals then. These 2 are going to stay close. Well, they should do. As long as they don't get taken out or anything like that. Nobody out on track either. Where did you go, Rob S, or have you just joined us? Yeah, you've just joined us. Okay. Absolutely jam-packed lobby then. Full 15 drivers racing tonight. Hopefully we see that through all 3 races as well. We don't get any dropouts. Right. Oh, I thought that was it. Come on, let me in. So now you're going to see drivers sending each other. That's what you're going to see, because they've got 5 minutes spare or 30 seconds, but it doesn't matter how much they've got spare. It could be 3 seconds and they will still try and take each other out. Been quiet on the horns tonight, boys. You've this track catching you out a little bit. Not able to get on the horn quite so much. Look at that, that's ridiculous. Big piles of curb on the way out as well. You can see Rob S just getting caught out by one of those then. Still got these slightly wobbly lobbies with the PlayStation. It does seem to depend which drive you're on. Got a full-on acid house livery with Ricky J tonight. Let's get a little bit up close and personal with that, shall we? Look at that. Does it say rave? Oh, eat, sleep, rave, repeat. I see. Shits and giggles racing. Shifts and giggles racing. So a couple more minutes. Oi! I was going to say a couple more minutes till we get the race going, but Mocking Week's just throwing it up in the chat then any second. Ricky J almost flipping this Mini over. What's he got in the back there? We'll race for beer. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all, Ricky J. Right, here we go then. Let's get ourselves up to the front. Mocking Weeks hold on to this pole. Obi-Wan needs a great start again. Only 5 points between them at the minute with these 2 rounds this week and next week left. Everything to play for then. Captain Pugwash getting a good qualifying as well, sitting in 3rd. And they're away then. It's a good start by Mocking. He doesn't give anything away. I need to put the nonsense on quickly. Right. There we go then, into turn, oh, turn 1, Captain Pugwash already going wide through there. That's allowed Jonesy to come through. Looks like it's going to allow P1 Don and possibly Raffo as well as they run up the hill. Back up to the front then, Mocking Weeks up the hill into this, over the top, right back down this great big dipper. Oh, that's ridiculous, that is. Oh, big piles of curb, gets a little bit loose through there, Mocking Weeks, doesn't lose too much time. 0.5 of a second behind him. Already these two pulled a bit of a gap over everybody else. 1.2 seconds back to Jonesy. Captain Pugwash has managed to hold on to that 4th position. Raffo 5th. Footer in 6th. Oh, 3 wide going through there. We had Don, Frank Bean, Skippy and Pilgrim all trying to get through that corner together. Oh, Pilgrim spiring his way up the inside of Mr. Frank Bean. Oh, it's chaos. It's chaos into the hairpin. Usually is absolute chaos. Loads of drivers off. Skippy all the way at the back now. Oh no, he's not all the way at the back. P1 Don getting tangled up in that. Big piles of front end damage on a lot of these cars. That's the danger of trying to go 3 wide in some of these tighter turns. That hairpin particularly is tricky. Oh, Mocking Weeks getting it a little bit wrong through there. That's going to allow Obi to close that gap up a tiny bit. He manages to keep the speed actually. Just in the background we've got Jonesy up the inside for 3rd. Takes Captain Pugwash out round the long right-hander. Someone's found the horn now. Footer holding 5th. Pack already massively spread out with that collision in the hairpin. Marshall in 6th, Rob S in 7th, Ricky J in 8th, Tyre Slayer 9th, Pilgrim in 10th, Frank Bean in 11th, Skippy in 12th, Dodger 13th. Ooh, Dodger through to no Dodger. Oh, sorry, Raffo. Oh, he's just got it far too tight into that corner, and it's not allowed him to turn it back. It steered him straight into the wall. Raffo then drops himself all the way down to 15th position. Mocking Weeks still leads. He's got a great big lead over Obi-Wan now. 1.1 seconds. Obi's made a mistake somewhere. He didn't want to be letting that gap open up, that's for sure. Oh, nearly 1.4 seconds. Captain Pugwash continues to hold on to this 3rd position though. I thought Jonesy had managed to get past him earlier. Maybe a little mistake. Footer's coming up on him fast as well. Oh, car sideways. Everybody absolutely slinging it into this hairpin. Oh, Marshall's gone far too deep into it. He's onto the grass. Ricky J now tangled up with all these drivers. I don't know who's on the horn. I don't know who's on the horn. Somebody's on the horn. Frank Bean drifting his Mini round the top of this hill. Carrying good speed through there as well. Can he catch up to the rest of the pack? Skippy as well. Getting tangled up in that incident earlier, as did Don. Car's fully repaired now, back up to full race pace, but a long way off the main field. Dodger in 14th. Let a few of these drivers go past, which is usual for him. And Raffo, we just saw getting it wrong into that hairpin, firing himself into the wall. Here we go then, Mocky Weeks. Nearly, oh, he has just jumped that 2-second gap between himself and Obi. Lap 5 of 16 then. Still top 2, still pulling time over the 3rd place. Jonesy has managed to get his way into 3rd then. Oh no, what's happened to Captain Pugwash? Can't even see him on the timing screen at the minute. Let's have a little flick back. Oh no, he's all the way down in 12th. He's got something terribly, terribly wrong. Mr. Frank Bean carrying speed through there. Trying to go around the outside of Pilgrim and Rob S. Not able to carry the speed, keeps himself right in touch though. Battle near the back then. 8th, 9th and 10th. Oh, Mr. Frank Bean up the inside of Pilgrim into the first bit of the hairpin. This is where we saw Raffo get it a bit wrong. On board with Frank Bean then. Great Britain equals no entry. So a few drivers starting to pile up then. Oh, Ricky J gets a bit wobbly through there, so does Rob S. Frank Bean still unable to get past any of these drivers. Pilgrim carries a fair bit of speed down there though. Past Rob S, past Ricky J. Into this long sweeping right-hander then. Frank Bean looking for a way through as well, right behind Rob S and Ricky J, side by side, those pair down towards this hairpin. Let's see if they can get it right through here. This is the tricky one. Oh, there we go. That's exactly what happened to Raffo a second ago. Pilgrim not getting a good exit either, and Mr. Frank Bean getting up the side of him. Trying to make space then, Pilgrim. Mr. Frank Bean's got the line through here though. Pilgrim still keeps his nose up the inside. Not enough to get the... Oh! Skippy tried to come through, but Pilgrim tried to turn the corner. Skippy was there, unfortunately. Right, let's go back up the front and see where Mocky Weeks is. Oh! We just catch him getting it all wrong into that very hairpin. There goes Obi. He had a 2.3 second lead, I think, just as a 2.3 or 2.8, just as we came into this corner. There it is, thrown away in one turn, 4.8 seconds down. He's under threat from Marshall behind now. Marshall's come creeping through the field. Managed to get his way past, oh my God, what's happened to Jonesy? He's just got it wrong into the hairpin as well, has he? He's catching a few drivers out. Tyre Slayer, oh, gets it a bit wayward through there himself. Tricky circuit this one, catching a few of these drivers out. There is Jonesy, all the way down in 10th now. Captain Pugwash a little bit further back as well in 13th. There was Raffo in 14th. Dodger still at the back in 15th. Oh, I think Dodger might have a bit of a connection issue going on here. He says, oi! Yep, I'm going to say yes. There he is then. Obi gets handed the lead by Mocky Weeks. Gets it all wrong into that hairpin. Now 5.1 seconds up the road from Mockin. Here he is. He'll be spitting bullets after that. He'll, knowing how much of a lead he did have, and still pulling away. Yeah, Dodger's left the room. His connection wasn't good. It's a shame. He likes to race Dodger, regardless of his results. He always sticks around finishes the race regardless. He's usually last most of the time, but he doesn't care, he just sticks with it. Monkey Weeks then closes that gap up on Obi a little bit, takes 0.6 of a second out of him into this hairpin. Obi through there cleanly. Monkey Weeks a little bit of a tighter line, whether it's any quicker. Really, 4.5 seconds the gap still being harassed by Marshall, just a second behind him. Big gap to Tyre Slayer then, 5.5 seconds back to 4th place. Jonesy back up into 5th. It was 10th a second ago. There's drivers swapping positions all over the place. I don't know how they're doing it. I think everyone's just getting it wrong into that hairpin. Rob S in 6th then. Pilgrim wide. Oh no, it wasn't, sorry, it was Frank Bean who was wide through there. Pilgrim got through into 7th, Frank Bean in 8th. Captain Pugwash back up to 9th from 13th. Don in 10th. Ricky J, Skippy and almost Raffo side by side. Into this long sweeping right-hander. Footer now at the back. How about Dodger rejoin the room, so he should be in for race 2 and race 3 hopefully. Lap 11 of 16. 4.5 second lead over Mocking Weeks. Mocking Weeks getting it wrong through the hairpin. Sent him completely the wrong way. We've seen a couple of drivers do it. Still pulling time over Marshall though, but not closing up enough on Obi to threaten him for the lead, I think, before the end of this race. It's going to take a mistake or two on Obi's part to get Mocking Weeks anywhere near close to him. I'll say that, he's just brought it down to 4.1. Pushing hard then, Mocking. Gets that corner right this time. Nice and tight through there. Takes another 10th out of Obi's time, but again, I don't think it's going to be enough before the end of this race. Tyre Slayer lonely in 4th, as is Jonesy. Rob S testing the drift out on the Mini. It's going to slow him down through there in 6th. Frank Bean in 7th. Pilgrim in 8th. Oh, who was that? Getting that one wrong. Don in 9th. Raffo in 10th. Ricky J in 11th. Footer in 12th. It was Footer getting that corner wrong. Skippy in 13th. Captain Pugwash 14th. To start lap 13 then for Obi. 3.7 seconds lead over Mockin, so he has found a little bit of more time still. 3 laps to go though. 3 minutes. It's a tall order, like I say, unless there's a mistake from Obi-Wan. Mockin Weeks is going to have to settle for this 2nd position. Top 3 will have to put on the sports medium tyres for race 2 as well, so Obi, Mockin and Marshall. Still plenty of time to play with though for Obi, just under the 4 seconds. But coming up to start lap 14 then. There for Obi. Cleanly through there for Mockin. Oh, Marshall gets it all wrong. Gives us a big blast of the horn as well to let us know. 4 miles back from Mockin Weeks then. No chance of an attack on him anymore. Under no threat from behind though. Still got 6.1 seconds back to Tyre Slayer. Still coming down, but he's running out of laps. Let's see what else is happening on track then. Tyre Slayer having a lonely one. Jonesy having a lonely one. Frank Bean up into 6th then. Almost got away from that pile of maniacs behind him. Oh, he's gone wide through there. It's going to slow him down through here. Pilgrim and Rob S. Oh, sorry, it's Raffo are going to close up on him again. Still kicking off behind as well. Don, Ricky J having a battle for 9th and 10th. Skippy trying to close that gap back up. Captain Pugwash into 12th position. Fudder in 13th. Robert S back to 14th. Falling all the way down again. Lap 15 then for Obi. Gap still at 3.4 seconds. Nice and tight through there. Same for Mocking Weeks. Takes a couple of tenths out of him through there. Still not going to be enough. One lap remaining. 3.3 seconds the gap for Obi. He was being pushed hard. Mocking Weeks had managed to break away a little bit and was pulling a little bit of time on him until his mistake. Fortunately, it was a big mistake. Obi goes a little bit wide through there. Does that cost him? Oh, big chunks of time. We are on final lap though. 2.7 seconds the gap. Visibly closer on track, but it's still a big gap for Mocking Weeks to try and make up. Over this big dipper. Gains another couple of tenths on him through there. Oh, has a little bit of a wobble on the way out though. Loses those tenths straight away. Gap holds at 2.6 seconds as they hit this long right-hander. This is going to be it then. It's just got this corner to go then, Obi. 16 done and dusted. Obi to take the win then in race 1. Backwards for him as well. Mocking Weeks takes 2nd position. Marshall comes home for 3rd. He'll be happy with that. Tyre Slayer as well, 4th position. Result for him. Jonesy coming home for 5th. Raffo in 6th position in the end. Mr. Frank B not too far behind him in 7th, being chased for that position by Don though. He takes 8th. Ricky J takes 9th. Skippy comes in backwards for 10th. Captain Bugwash comes home in 11th. Pilgrim takes 12th. Fudder Engineering takes 13th. And Rob S takes 14th. And unfortunately, we lost Dodger from that one. He's back in the lobby, but yeah, we lost him out of the race. His connection was looking a little bit jinky. And he got oofed. Got oofed out of the lobby. What a shame for Mocking Weeks. Adding a little bit more pressure to Obi's next few races. Now it's flipped on its head though. It's piling the pressure back on Mocking Weeks. Only a couple of points in it now between them. I mean, there was only 5 points before that, but now it's going to be even closer. So, race 2 coming up. Same track, reverse grid. Again, top 3 have to swap from sports softs to sports mediums. And then try it all over again to get to the front of the race. Right, I'll get myself in, just in case they decide to start the race and I'm just hanging about in the lobby. It has been known. I've been chatting to you lot, forgotten, missed the start of a race. Oh, Mocking Week saying last race is a wet one. Oh, that'll be fun. Does look a bit misty out there. The sun's still out, but definitely some thickness in the air. Everyone hating turn 1 then. You'll see Mr. Frank Bean, who are we on board with? Marshall. You'll see Mr. Frank Bean and Marshall go into this turn 1. Again, just once your car starts skidding here, it's very difficult to try and get it back pointing in a straight line to get back around this corner. Up and over this hill. Getting tricky on the way out here, 90-degree left on the way out, big curves as well to deal with. You've seen cars up on 2 wheels coming out of this right-hander at the bottom. Nice and tight there for Marshall. Oh, there you go, you see. Frank Bean catching a big pile of curves, shot him over to the right-hand side of the circuit. He was sort of travelling that way anyway, but the curves helped. We've got some glitching. Mr. Frank Bean's now in front. Here we go then into this tricky hairpin again. Can they get it right this time? Still got some glitching going on in these lobbies. So anybody out? Oh, it was Marshall. Marshall's on the sports medium, so he's out testing his different set of tyres. Obviously will be slower. They will last a little bit longer, but these short races it won't come into effect really. He's just got to rely on his pure skill and power. Who else? It was Obi, wasn't it? Yeah. Rocket Weeks is still sitting in the pits. He's not going out for practice laps. Obi is though on the sports mediums. Everybody else except Marshall, Obi and Mockin will still be on the sports softs. Force is strong tonight. I wonder if he did use the force to stick Mockin Weeks into that wall. Don't know if using the force is in the FIA handbook. Two wheels off the floor there for Obi. Okay, Mockin Weeks giving us the shout then. Race 2 just about to get underway. Here we go then, race 2 coming up. Get ourselves up to the front. Oh, we've not got Dodger in the house. Maybe not. Okay. Race 2. Rob's going to lead us out. Footer in second. Pilgrim in third. The lights go on then. We wait for these to drop. Race 2 just about to get underway. And here we go. Start from Rob S, good start from Footer as well. Down into this tricky turn 1. Difficult corner to have as turn 1 really. Everybody through there cleanly for lap 1. Can they get through that in lap 2 though? They'll be coming at a lot faster pace. Rob S then leads up over this big dipper. Footer in second still. Oh, Skippy! He's found a new line through there. Just kept the throttle on, I think. Oh! Who's that that's just gone peeling off? Is that Mr. Frank Bean? No, Mr. Frank Bean. He's got something wrong on that 90-degree corner. I don't know if there was... Oh, he's got big front end damage. Don't know if there was any contact between himself and anybody else, but he's ended up being speared into a wall. Ricky J's got front and rear damage. Skippy's fully repaired now. Right, let's go back up to the front and see what's kicking off. Rob S then gets it far too high into the hairpin, almost spins that mini round. Spinning those wheels up, trying to get this thing back up to speed. Losing positions though. Footer goes through, Captain Pugwash goes through, Pilgrim goes through, Don just about goes through. Raffo chasing him up the hill, switches up to the inside. Has he made that one work? Yes, he has. Rob S just not carrying the speed up the hill to defend from that one. Monkey Weeks then up into 7th. Tyre Slayer in 8th. Obi-Wan in 9th. Skippy in 10th. Marshall in 11th. Jonesy in 12th. Jonesy now having a look at the inside of Marshall around this long right-hander. Easily through. Marshall not able to defend on those tyres either. Ricky J in 13th then. Car repaired now, as is Mr. Frank Beans. These two can get back up to full race pace. Hopefully try and close the rest of the pack down. Frank Bean going for a different line on the way into this hairpin, but that's exactly what happened to Mocking Weeks. Tried to brake while the car was unsettled. It just locks up, slides sideways, and it doesn't matter what you do, it just carries on. And into the wall again for Mr. Frank Bean. Full front end damage for a second time already. Back up front then, Footer Engineering leads. Big gap as well, 1.9 seconds over Captain Pugwash. Raffo is defending in the background, trying to fend off at Don, trying to look up the inside there. He's going to make him run around the outside if he wants it. Big piles of wheel spin on the way out of it as well. Don chasing him down, Pilgrim's right behind him. Mocking Weeks not too far back either. So Mocking Weeks the first of the drivers out on those medium tyres. Looks like he's doing alright on those at the minute. Sorry, not Rocky Weeks, Obi-Wan, the next driver on those medium tyres, falls another place back. He was behind Tyre Slayer. I think he's lost a position to Skippy. Jonesy in 11th and Marshall in 12th. Again, the last driver on those mediums. Ricky J in 13th. Mr. Frank Bean. Car now repaired again, but a long way down. 10.7 seconds off the back of Ricky J. 23 seconds off the race leader. There he is, Footer 69, Eng 1.5 seconds over Captain Pugwash. Hashtag ASMR lighter click. So this is where a lot of drivers have been caught out through here. Wow, look at that, Obi slots one up the inside of Marshall. Marshall comes back at him on the exit though. Good move by Obi. So Marshall's going to carry the speed up the hill as well. He's already got the advantage on the inside of this corner. It's all about if Marshall's got the, if Obi's got the metal to run it around the outside. It's not worked out for him. Needs to carry a bit more speed through there. Does so. Can he get him down towards this right-hander? Both of these drivers on those sports mediums. J 4.6 seconds behind those pair. And Mr. Frank Bean another 11 seconds down. Unfortunately, his race in the bin for race 2. Footer then continues to hold on to that lead. Oh, there's Skippy off again in the hairpin. Corners actually. Footer gains another couple of tenths over Raffo. They carry more speed over the hill though. Take 0.4 of a second out of him over the top of that hill through the right hander. Down to just under 1.6 then. Still out of danger for the time being. Not giving anybody a tow. That gap is still coming down though. 1.3. Lap 7 of 16 then. Footer leads. Raffo drifting that mini. Rob S goes through. Battling on the exit. Oh, Rob S blocking him off. Nowhere for you to go the inside through there, Mr. Raffo. Sod it then, says Raffo. I'm going around the outside. But Rob S still carries the speed. Unfortunately, that's put Don under pressure. Raffo under pressure from Don, who's managed to squeeze his way through as well. All kicking off here for second then. Pilgrim trying to get himself involved in that fight. Tyre Slayer as well, not too far off the back of him. Jonesy holding 7th position at the minute, being hounded by Mocking Weeks for that one. Captain Bugwash not too far off the back of those two in 9th, being chased by Skippy. There is Obi and Marshall. We've seen those two battling for a couple of laps. Mocking Weeks goes a little bit wide through there. He's going to get destroyed on the exit of that corner. Oh, he's not quite. He's managed to hold on to that position from Skippy. From Captain Pugwash. Lost him in the battle with Jonesy. There is Ricky J in 13th, 4.1 seconds down. Mr. Frank Bean still 12.4 back. I'm just taking it easy. He might just get himself on the front row of the grid for the final race. So Fudder onto lap 9, extends his lead with the battle going off behind. Oh, gets a wobble on the way into that. Keeps hold of it though, still got 2.2 seconds. Rob S then holding on to second. Don now into 3rd position. Pilgrim has squeezed his way into 4th. How long Raffo the inside? Oh, he's got himself through. Under all sorts of pressure here. Skippy and Captain Pugwash looking for that 8th position off him. Goes a little bit defensive down into this long right-hander. Skippy tries to get up the inside. He's on the soft tyre, a lot grippier than Mocking Weeks. Oh, he's on the grass. Mocking. Oh, Mocking wasn't able to get the brakes locked up enough. Across the track into pit wall, loses a lot of places all the way down to 12th now. What a shame. Mocking Weeks having 2 bad results here in Alsace. Ricky J now got somebody to chase though. Mr. Frank Bean slowly closing up that gap. Fudder Engineering in 1st place, 1.6 second lead still. Lap 10 of 16. Rob S and Don though trying to close that gap up on him. Raffo falls off the back of that top 3 fight. Pilgrim falls a little bit further back as well, as does Tyre Slayer. Jonesy now having a little bit of a lonely race. No mirror full of Mocking Weeks anymore. So Marshall through to 8th, Captain Pugwash 9th. Oh, Obi-Wan squeezes up the inside of Captain Pugwash on the hairpin, through into 9th himself. Captain Pugwash 10th, Skippy 11th, Mocking Weeks in 12th. Ricky J, Acid House Monster, 3.2 seconds down in 13th. And Mr. Frank Bean is... he was pulling some time back, but now he's just driven on the grass. Fudder then feeling the pressure a little bit now. The gap down to 1.1 seconds. Coming to start lap 12 of 16. Oh, nearly gets it wrong. Manages to just claw that back. Holds on to the lead as well, but by the skin of his teeth. Rob S now 0.6 of a second behind him. A little bit of front end tyre wear showing up on these minis. Struggling to get around some of these corners. Footer seems to have been a lot more consistent in terms of keeping control of this through this tricky hairpin at the end. But Rob S is all over the back of him for that second position at the minute. Here we go then. Footer's stayed out wide. He's allowed Rob S. Didn't really let Don through, but kind of left the track wide open for Rob S to come through. Pack all spread out now. Marshall and Obi-Wan still neck and neck. Rocking Week's trying to get himself back involved with that as well. He needs those points in the battle with Obi. Skippy not too far off the back of him. Ricky J slinging it into the top of that hill. So Obi and Marshall almost side by side coming out of that corner. Obi holds on to it. Marshall still chasing. Under pressure as well from Skippy now. Gets it cleanly this time. Right, back up front then. Rob S still leads. Footer Engineering is hanging on to that second position. He's losing a bit of time to Rob S in front, but he's managing to fend off Don behind him. Not sure for how much longer though. Don goes up the inside into this right-hander. Footer can do nothing but leave the door open for him. Drops back into third then. 2 laps to go then for Footer. He's coming back at Don. There's a little think about the inside line into the hairpin. Don gets that one a little bit wrong. Can Footer get back up the inside? Oh, Don's gone wide. Footer does get through. Don puts himself under pressure from Raffo now behind as well. Footer holds on to that second at 1.4 seconds, sorry, 1.2 seconds behind race leader Rob S. Corner and 1 more lap to go then, Rob S. Final lap then, Footer holds on to second. Still got a tiny bit of a gap between himself. Oh, he got that one a little bit wrong. Don's trying to come in there a bit hot as well. Footer comes back through, retakes that second. Absolute chase to the line between these two, I think. Gap to the race leader extends a little bit, 1.7 seconds, comes back down a tiny bit. Footer goes a little bit wide through there. Don all over the back of him. Now can Footer defend around this long right-hander? Will Don get himself past before they get onto this corner? He's got the inside line. Absolute drag race between these two. Doesn't look like Don's got himself just in front. He has. So it is going to be Rob S that takes race 2 win here. There he goes. Don comes home to take second. Footer, good result, takes third. Raffo takes fourth. Pilgrim comes home in fifth. Tyre Slayer takes 6th. Jonesy takes 7th. Backwards. Marshall coming home for 8th. Jay taking 9th. Something happened to Obi-Wan. He got it all wrong. He's ended up in 10th. Mocking Week's not too far behind him in 11th. Skippy comes home in 12th backwards. And Captain Pugwash. Oh, we've lost, looks like we've lost Mr. Frank Bean. 13th then for Mr. Pugwash. Yeah, no Mr. Frank Bean left in the race. Shame. So, Official results for race 2. Rob S taking the win, then Don taking second. Footer coming home in third. Raffo taking fourth. Pilgrim fifth. Tyre Slayer 6th. Jonesy in 7th. Marshall takes 8th. Ricky J takes 9th. Obi-Wan 10th. Mocking Weeks 11th. Skippy takes 12th. Captain Pugwash takes 13th. And yeah, Mr. Frank Bean did not finish. Is he still in the room? No, he's not. No, he's not. So, oh, come on, PlayStation. Load that up a bit better. Right, race 3 coming up then. Did someone say it was going to be raining? Can't see anything on there. Rain in the final race would mess things up, wouldn't it? Struggling to get around some of these corners as it is. What are they doing? Throwing their numbers up. 54, 67? Is that what time the race is starting? Yeah. Don't know what that is. Oh, Skippy. Skippy getting it all wrong somewhere. Looks like he caught mocking Obi. Looking a bit loose tonight, Skippy, I will say. So, none of the 3 from race 1 managed to get in the top 3 results for race 2. So they don't have to put on another hard set of tyres. If they'd have got top 3, they would be on the sports softs, the sports hards right about now. Have to stick with the mediums though. Don on those mediums. Who else? Marshall still out on the mediums, yeah. Final race coming up then. Another reverse grid from the results of race 2. Everyone's saying turn 1 sucks big time. Yep it does. It doesn't even matter if you're on the different track, you've still got this corner to deal with. I think every car, every group of car I've seen come around here, doesn't matter whether it's rear wheel drive, mid-engine, front wheel drive, makes no odds, absolutely no odds. At some point someone's getting it wrong through there. Who's going backwards up the track? Raffo. Marshall still testing the driftability of that Mini. Can't get round there cleanly with other drivers heading towards you like that. All the damage. Managed to save himself a wheel there, Raffo. Everything else is broken. He's still aiming for other drivers. Dear me. Don't know where that came from. Raffo still going around this track backwards. Let's do a chase cam lap of Captain Pugwash then. If he doesn't get cleared up by whoever that is. He does get cleared up by whoever that is. So this is the tricky turn one they're talking about. This is where we've seen drivers get it all wrong. Peel off into that wall in the left. We're not going to get to see a lap, I don't think. Looks like we're going to start race 3 any second. Still drivers going backwards. Still Raffo. The Big Dipper. What a crazy piece of tarmac that is. Right, here we go then. Race 3. The Dodger back in the room. Yes. Managed to get himself back in for race 3. Hopefully his connection holds out as well. Damn it. Lights go on then. We wait for this race 3 to get underway. And here we go. Oh, we've got Skippy stuck on the line. Has he managed to get away at all? Where is Skippy? There he is. Oh, I don't think Skippy's not very well. So Dodger leads up the hill then. He's got a big pile of drivers looking to get past behind him. Captain Pugwash, Obi and Mocking Weeks. Takes a little bit of wall out on the run on the way into that, does Dodger. Oh, gets a shunt up the rear from Captain Pugwash on the way out as well. Oof. That's Pilgrim into the wall then. Almost going to be 4 wide as they hit this long right-hander. Over the top, Mocking Weeks squeezing through at the bottom though. Dodger goes wide off the track. Pins himself back across. I don't think he's managed to control that. Mocking Weeks and Obi side by side down towards this tricky turn 1. Mocking Weeks goes deep. Obi squeezes one up the inside. Mocking Weeks holds on to second. Marshall into third then. Captain Pugwash 4th. Josie in 5th. Raffo in 6th position, Pilgrim 7th, Ricky J in 8th, Rob S in 9th position, Dom 10th, Tyre Slayer in 11th, Footer in 12th, Dodger in 13th, and Skippy. What happened to Skippy? Wheel disconnect or something? All the way down at the back though for Skipster. Long way down as well. He's going to be overtaken soon. There's the leading pack coming up behind him. Skippy asking for a restart. Is that Raffo off in the background? Yes, it is. Gets it backwards, almost into pit lane. It's put him in pit lane. We're having a restart. Okay, we're having a restart. Okay. Come on, you two. So we'll try that again then. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Skippy. Dead on the line. He did go forward a little bit. Whether that was because somebody shunted him down the track or not, I don't know. Right, so we should get race 2 underway pretty quickly then. Race 3 underway pretty quickly. Grid order, all that sort of stuff. Don't need practice laps anymore. Raffo not going around the track backwards. Rob S doesn't like his paintwork. We don't get to see the damage, unfortunately. Right, we're at the wrong end of the circuit here. Here we go then. we lost Dodger again? We have. No Dodger for race 2, so that puts Captain Pugwash on pole position, then Skippy second, Mocking Weeks in third, Obi-Wan in fourth. Red lights go on then. Wait for these to drop, and race 3 gets underway. Oh, it's a bit of a false start from Obi. He's managed to get away with that one somehow. Not sure what happened there. Captain Pugwash then. Won't hold on to the lead. Skippy comes through to take that one off him. Obi up the inside. Mocking Weeks looking to come up the inside as well. Again, Mocking Weeks and Obi-Wan closest in the championship. Skippy leads us up the hill then. Over the hill into the Big Dipper. A little bit of contact between Mocking and Captain Pugwash through there. Skippy still leads then. Obi into second. Mocking Weeks trying to carry as much speed as possible down there. Ricky J in fourth. Marshall in fifth. Through this long right-hander, 3 wide for those two. Oh, those 3. Oh, Pilgrim squeezes his way through there as well. Maniacs. Ricky J gets switched down to fifth. Then Raffo looking up the inside. Bit of contact, a little bit of door banging on the run into this corner. Captain Pugwash gets that mini sideways, gathers it back up, but loses a lot of speed through there. Someone has found the horn now. Right, let's get ourselves back up the front. Skippy leads them by half a second. Obi-Wan right on his tail. He's on those sports medium tyres, remember, so slightly slower. Pilgrim in third, Ricky J fourth, Raffo fifth. Oh, Marshall takes a big pile of the wall out, as a few other drivers do as well. Jonesy up the inside into this long sweeping right-hander. Tyre Slayer around the outside, oh sorry, back on the inside of Captain Pugwash. Gets himself past Marshall, does he? Yes, just. To get in front of Tyre Slayer as well. Rob S then in 10th, Mocking Weeks in 11th. He's on those sports medium tyres as well. Don, sports mediums in 12th. Footer, sports mediums in 13th. 2 drivers missing from this race then. So Skippy extends his lead up front 1 second over Pilgrim. Still being chased by Obi. He'll be looking for maximum points this week, trying to get as many as possible. Raffo 5th then, Marshall in 6th, being harassed by Tyre Slayer at the minute down towards turn 1. Tyre Slayer backs off into this hairpin. As he's up the inside, in fact. It's a drag race up the hill. It's like Marshall's just got the pace on him, but is it going to be enough before they hit this corner? It is. And he's still next to him, just. There he is. It is Marshall that holds on to this 6th. Battle between him and Tyre Slayer there, but not to be for Tyre Slayer just yet. Jonesy closing up on that fight as well. Mocking Weeks in the background, as is Captain Pugwash. A little bit of a gap back to Rob S then. He's 1.5 seconds down in 11th. Don's behind him another 0.7 of a second, and there's Footer another 0.7 of a second back in 13th. Oh, Skippy's got the hairpin wrong. Pilgrim's got the hairpin wrong. Helped Obi into 2nd position. Ricky J up into 3rd. Raffo right behind him for 4th. Oh, Ricky J leaves the door open a little bit. Raffo squeezes his way through. Pilgrim gathers that thing up. Back into 5th position, under pressure from Marshall though as they run down towards this right-hander, carrying all the speed down there. Marshall easily gets past. But Marshall on that harder tyre. Pilgrim coming back at him. Someone's got the hairpin wrong. It's Ricky J. Another driver just getting that one all wrong. So easily done into that corner when you're coming in hot. Footer Engineering makes up a position. He's up into 12th. Robert S drops himself down to 13th now. He's made a mistake somewhere. Skippy just keeps working out for him. The gap now at 2.6 seconds between himself and Obi. Obi's managed to pull a little bit of a gap between himself and Raffo. Again, Raffo on that faster tyre closes the gap back up on Obi. Flash of the lights for him. Goes deep into there himself, Raffo. Somebody else has got it wrong into the wall in the background. Let's go and have a find out who that was. Pilgrim into 4th then. Marshall loses that position to him. Again, different tyres between those two. Mocky Weeks then into 6th. Jonesy 7th. Captain Pugwash in 8th. Ricky J in 9th. Don in 10th. Footer 11th. It was Tyre Slayer that got the hairpin wrong. He's dropped himself all the way down to 12th. Robert S 13th. Still 8.4 seconds back at the minute. Skippy now. Look at this. 3.2 seconds lead. Lap 8 of 16. There is the next drivers on track. Drifting it into there. Oh, Raffo gets the hairpin wrong. Catches out Obi as well. Pushes him a little bit wide through due to the mistake. That allows Pilgrim and Marshall to close that gap up on them. Mocky Weeks now leading this next pile of drivers. Holding 6th position, Mockin. Jonesy just half a second behind him. Ricky J about another half a second behind him, 0.7 of a second. Ricky J, maniac. Don in 9th then, still being harassed a little bit by Captain Pugwash down here. Footer is back, still under pressure from Tyre Slayer into this long right-hander. It though, does put Tyre Slayer in a good position to have an attack down into turn 1. But we've seen what can happen when you try that. Oof, Captain Pugwash goes in there sideways. Footer is going to carry the speed, I think. Is he? No, he's not. Captain Pugwash just manages to get the power down. Holds himself in front of Footer and Tyre Slayer. There is Rob S closing that gap down, but slowly 7.6 seconds down at the minute for Rob S. Skippy then. Coming up to end lap 9, start lap 10. Still got 2.7 seconds over Raffo. Chasing him down. Whoa! But there's that hairpin again. He's catching everybody out tonight. Raffo then gets that thing sideways, loses 2 positions, gives Skippy seconds worth of advantage. That gap now to first place, 4.5 seconds back to Obi-Wan. Pilgrim's having a little look on the inside over the top of the hill. And he's got himself through. Can he control it on the way out though? Obi comes back at him a little bit. Raffo trying to close that gap back up. He wants that second. All over the back of Obi-Wan, both right on the tail of Pilgrim as well. Down towards turn 1 then. Pilgrim, that wasn't final lap. Don't know what happened there with Pilgrim. Lost his mind for a second maybe. Raffo then carrying the speed up the hill, going for the move past Pilgrim. Pilgrim pushing him over. Not happy Pilgrim. Fast through there, you can see how much it unsettles the cars when they kick that big chunk of curb. Right, let's go and have a look then. Skippy, 5.5 seconds up the road. Here he is. The wonder from down under. Starting lap 12 of 16. Almost 6 seconds ahead. Obi then holds that second position. Raffo into third. Pilgrim fourth. Marshall fifth. Mocking Weeks sixth. Under pressure from Jonesy and Ricky J at the minute. Mocking. Don in 9th, Footer in 10th, Tyre Slayer still behind him in 11th, Captain Pugwash has got it wrong somewhere, he's dropped himself to 12th. Rob S still trying to close the gap up, he's got 4 seconds on to close up on Pugwash. Again running out of laps at the minute. Skippy continues to stretch his lead up front. Raffo's got himself past Obi into 2nd. Pilgrim's having a go for that 2nd position as well on Obi. Has he got it? Has he got it? Yes, he has. Oh, he's having a little look at Raffo as well. Carries good speed through there, Pilgrim. All over the back of Raffo then, coming into this tricky turn 1. There's a little look up the inside. Raffo takes the tighter line. Oh, he closes the gap back up on the pair of them. Marshall goes a little bit wide in the background. Doesn't run it off track though. So Raffo holds on to that 2nd. Jonesy in 6th now, Mocking Week 7th, Ricky J in 8th, Don 9th, Tyre Slayer 10th, got himself past Footer at last into 11th end for Footer, Captain Pugwash in 12th, and Rob S 13th. But this man, another 2nd, 6.5 seconds, in a battle for 2nd. He's just handing him the race at the minute. Then of 16. Goes a little bit hot into that, keeps it on the tarmac, but it's going to slow him down a little bit. He loses about half a second with that tiny little mistake. Raffo still 6.1 behind him though, Pilgrim another 0.6 back. What has happened to Obi? Marshall up into 4th, then Jonesy 5th. Monkey Weeks 6th. Did Obi leave? Ricky J 7th. Don in 8th. There's Obi. He's still in the race. Tyre Slayer 9th. Obi in 10th position. He's got it all wrong somewhere. That's cost him big time. Footer in 11th then. Captain Pugwash in 12th and Rob S 13th. So that puts Mocking Weeks a couple of places ahead of him at the minute. No saying that. Ricky J's trying to have Mocking Weeks' 6th position off him. Oh, there we go. Gets that mistake again, Mocking Weeks. Oh, Ricky J's done the same thing. So holds on to that 6th then, Mocking Weeks, but at the cost of time behind him to Don, just 0.7 of a second back then. J getting tangled up in that one as well. Pilgrim then scoops through to get 2nd position off of Raffo. Raffo's not happy about that. He's coming back at him down towards this right-hander. Skippy still with 6.7 seconds lead up front. Final lap coming up. There it is. These two side by side. Door banging on the way down. Oh, a little bit of clatter into the pit wall there for Raffo. Flashes the lights at Pilgrim's not happy about that. A little bit wide there for Pilgrim, nice and tight for Raffo. Can he carry the speed out? All over the back of Raffo, of Pilgrim running up the hill. I don't think he's going to get the move into the top. running him down the hill. Little bit of drag down the wall. Pilgrim's got that little bit sideways. Raffo takes the advantage up the inside. Tiny mistake from Raffo has given Raffo that little look. And he's going to come through and take second. Skippy then, look at this, 8.1 seconds. Nice lead, nice win there by Skippy. He takes first, then Raffo's going to come home for second. Good battle between these boys. Raffo second, then Pilgrim third. Marshall comes home for fourth. Jonesy takes fifth. Don is going to come home for sixth. Monkey Weeks takes seventh. Tire Slayer takes eighth. Footer takes ninth. Ricky J takes 10th. Captain Pugwash takes 11th. Rob S takes 12th. And Obi. Obi's all the way in 13th. Raging by the looks of it. Just full throttle into the walls. Rah! Rah! Hate this game. Rah! Go on. Bam! Just doing as much damage to that Mini as possible. Not having the best final race then, Obi. Good results in race 1 and 2 though. Not to be for race 3. So there it is. Round 6 of P1RCs Mini Cup done and dusted. Final round next week at Goodwood. Again, it could be 3 50-minute or 16-minute, 16-lap-ish races, or it could be an enduro style. I don't know what they're doing for the finals. But that's about it from me. Good racing tonight. Tricky course, like I say, that hairpin turn 1, just catching a lot of drivers out. And again, doesn't matter what car you're driving through there, it always seems to catch drivers out. But there it is, that's what happens. So round 6 done and dusted. Round 7 again live next week, same time, same place from Goodwood. So I'll catch you all there. I hope you've liked what you've watched. If you have, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, I want you to tell your mates and tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.